Hi, my name is Farah Lawal Harris. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I'm the Artistic Director at Young Playwrights Theater in Washington, D.C. Welcome to our virtual field trip experience. In this video, I will show you an excerpt of a play we produced at YPT called Silence is Violence, Mothering While Black, and lead you through 2 writing activities related to the play. Silence is Violence, Mothering While Black is a play featuring the true stories of 5 young, displaced Black mothers and their journeys through childhood, childbirth, and coming of age. To write this play, I led creative writing and storytelling workshops with Sasha Bruce YouthWorks program Alaya's Cradle. YPT presented performances of Silence is Violence, Mothering While Black in October 2018 at Anacostia Playhouse and again in June 2019 at Anacostia Arts Center. Part of my process for writing this play was to interview the young mothers to learn more about their lives. In these interviews, they shared personal stories with me about love, grief, and even police brutality. As the playwright, I was able to use the words from their interviews to develop strong monologues. A monologue is a long, uninterrupted speech delivered by one character. Playwrights often use monologues to take a closer look at a character's emotions and thoughts. Now, I'm going to show you an excerpt from Silence is Violence, Mothering While Black. The performance you're about to watch was adapted from one of the interviews I conducted at Alaya's Cradle with Nadia, a resident of the program. It's a true story that she told me in response to the question, "Tell me about a time you felt afraid." Please be advised that the following excerpt contains explicit language and detailed accounts of police brutality. If you are unable to watch this performance for these reasons, please contact your classroom teacher. I don't mean to say this, but I hated the police because they killed my older brother. But this is what really made me hate them with a passion. Well, one of the things. So me and my little brother, we was chasing this stray dog because we loved animals. And we was like, "Come here, doggy, come here, come here, come here." And so the dog had run into this old boarded up crab shack. So my brother was like,
"I'm gonna get that joint. That joint nice, man. That's a nice looking dog."
And I'm like, "All right, I'm coming with you. Like, I'm not gonna leave him." So the shack was on a main street, so cars seeing us go into this abandoned building. So I'm guessing someone called the police. Like 12 cars pulled up, and when we was coming out, they was like, "Get on the ground! Get on the ground!" Guns drawn at us. They made us put our hands behind our heads and lay on our stomachs, and I was like, "Yo, we are clearly kids. PG County Police is something, like, for real." They had the guns drawn on us, and they was cussing like, "Get the fuck down!" And I felt bad because it made me think of how my older brother's last moments were. Like, the look I seen in my little brother's face made me think of how Victor felt. My little brother was just looking back at me. He was like,
"I don't know what they're gonna do to me."
Like, the look in my little brother's face made me think of how my older brother felt. You see what I'm saying? That terrified us, our older brother getting killed by the police, and seeing the autopsy pictures. They dropped them off at our house. Like, those detectives were so cruddy. The day my mom had to go to court, they knew she had other kids, and they dropped all the paperwork off at our house. Pictures from the autopsy, the crime scene, everything. So, us being kids, we just looking through it. And then my older sister came out the room, and she was like,
"What y'all looking at? Give that to me!"
Snatching the papers from us, and we already seen everything, and it was just like God scarred us. I was 11. So when I see my older brother when I see my little brother like that, I got angry. He was just looking at me, and I was like, "It's okay, like, it's gonna be okay. Like, just look at me, it's gonna be okay." I could tell he was scared. So long story short, they dropped us off at my mom's house. And my mom, seeing our clothes was dirty, was like,
"What was y'all doing?"
And I was like, "Ma, they threw us in the dirt and they had guns on us." She started going off, but this was after they left. She was crying because of everything that we've been through. Then she was like,
"Just go. come in, take off them dirty clothes and go wash up. Y'all punished. Y'all punished.
Usually for something like that, my mom would have whooped us for it, but she was hurt. She was more so hurt than angry at us, because kids gonna be kids. They gonna get into stuff. We were young, like, you could tell we were kids. We wore kids' clothes. I was tall, but you can look at the type of hairstyles I wore and tell I was a child, and I just feel like they should have handled that situation differently, like, approached us, questioned us, then put us in the car instead of, man, they came at us from every direction, from behind us, beside us, swarmed us as if we had bags of money or guns or something. Man, it was just a lot. At this time, I'd like you to take 5 minutes to write out your thoughts or reactions to the performance you just watched. You can pause this video here until you're finished writing. Nadia's moving story was shared through monologue. As a reminder, a monologue is a long, uninterrupted speech delivered by one character. A monologue usually takes a closer look at a character's emotions and thoughts, has a clear beginning, middle, and end, and is written in first person. Now it's your turn to take on the role of playwright. I'd like you to think about the prompt I gave Nadia. Tell me about a time you felt afraid. Based on this prompt, take 5 to 10 minutes to write your own monologue about a time you felt afraid. For example, getting in trouble with a parent, being in an unsafe situation, or confronting a fear. You can pause this video until you are finished writing. Thank you so much for completing YPT's virtual field trip experience. Please remember to share your free write and monologue with YPT. Instructions on how to share your writing are in the description section below. If you have any questions, please visit us at yptdc.org or follow us on social media at YPTDC. Take care, and thank you again.